Goga was back in the starting lineup today for Georgia against Cyprus and had a very big game. We'll break it down and also talk about how it's going to affect the Magic for this upcoming season. This is the Orlando Magic Nation, your source for all things Orlando Magic on YouTube. For Magic fans, by a Magic fan. I'm Edwin Valentin, and I want to thank you very much for clicking on this video and spending a little bit of time talking Magic with me. Got to do the normal YouTube things, hit that like button, hit that subscribe, or drop a comment below and let me know what you thought of Goga's game today. So we're going to start off with his stats. So Goga in 22 minutes and 45 seconds scored 21 points on 7 of 12 shooting and 4 of 7 from 3. 4 of 7 from 3. He had 13 rebounds, no assists, and 3 blocks. So if you look at that line, you can see that he was dominant. He did a very good job of making sure that he was patrolling the paint to make sure that he was able to alter as many shots as possible. A couple of his blocks were actually jump shots. They were going up against Cyprus, and Cyprus was no match for Georgia, so it almost felt a little bit unfair at times when you were watching the game to watch the size of Georgia against the size of Cyprus. But in the end, it was a much needed win for Georgia. They needed to win to keep their hopes alive to be able to advance to the knockout stage. Their next game is against Bosnia Herzegovina. The winner of that game will be in the knockout stage. The exciting thing for the Orlando Magic fans is to see that he's very economical with the amount of field goals he shot. There's a couple guys on the team that are very good. One plays in EuroLeague, and the other one is another NBA player. So he isn't the only NBA player on the team. So he's able to share the responsibility of the offensive load. So it's good in the end to watch him get 12 shots, for him to shoot more three pointers than two pointers, also to show the development that he's shown in the last few months in his outside shot. Don't know what happened to the outside shot for the last few years, but whatever he's doing, it's starting to work. And that's really all that matters. As long as it goes in, you can shoot it however you want. He was able to control the boards. Like I said, the Cyprus team was a much smaller team. So there's not a lot that they could have done against Goga. Goga was dominating the paint. The other exciting bit for the Orlando Magic is obviously his three-point shooting. Shooting 4 of 7 from 3. That's more three-pointers in that one game in EuroBasket than he made the entire last season. I'm not assuming he's going to shoot 4 every single game or he's going to make 4 every single game. If he can hit 1 or 2 per game or 1 or 2 every few games, actually, that would actually be a huge lift to the Magic, because as I mentioned in previous videos, the Magic are trying to have as many three-point shooters on the court as possible. Obviously, every team is, but if the Magic are able to have a rim protector who gets blocks, who's able to rebound, and is able to hit three-pointers, then the sky's going to be the limit for the Orlando Magic. I think this is very exciting to see that Goga is starting to hit threes and is confident enough. We'll go over the film. He's going to be confident enough to shoot one, catch the offensive rebound, and then shoot another one. That's just shows all the work that he's put in this summer, and hopefully this is a sign of things to come. Now let's look at a summary of his first 3 games of EuroBasket. So he missed the last game, so he was back in the lineup for the first time in a couple games. He's averaging 19.3 points, 7.3 rebounds, and about an assist per game on 61% shooting from the field, 46.7% from three-point range. Are you kidding? 7 out of 15 three-pointers he's hit. That's amazing. And not so amazing, 54% from the free throw line. But if you're going to be hitting threes, then you're not going to necessarily be around the basket as much. So you may not get fouled as much. Either way, you got to be able to hit your free throws. So that's something that he needs to work on. But obviously his role in on the Orlando Magic is not to be a 19 point per game scorer, but if he were to start, I contend he should start for the Magic this upcoming season. If he were to start and he can score 12, 13, 14 points a game, that right there is going to boost the offensive output from the Orlando Magic. We already have new additions with Tyus and with Desmond. But if this version of Goga, if EuroBasket Goga comes to the NBA this upcoming season, then we have an excellent chance. And it's going to be hard for the Magic to keep him off the court because the beginning of the season, I'm expecting that he's going to be the backup center and they're going to start Wendell. But then when Mo comes back, then Mo is normally the backup center. Maybe they have Goga and Mo play together. So Mo can help with the offense and Goga could be more the defense. That kind of squeezes out Jonathan Isaac. So obviously, we'll see how the rotations come about. But if Goga is hitting 3-pointers and able to continue to play the level of defense he had last year and be able to rebound as he did last year, at least especially early on in the season when he was starting, then even off the bench, he's going to have a huge impact. And if for any reason, unfortunately, Wendell were to get injured, then Goga would step into that starting lineup and really just take the offense to another level. So great news. Looking at these three, obviously it's a very small sample size. All this information that I give about Tristan and Franz and Goga during EuroBasket is obviously a small sample size because they've only played 3 or 4 games. And if everything goes well, they probably play. If Germany wins, they have 9 games, I believe. And if Georgia is able to make it to the knockout stage, then there's at least 2 more games in their future. And if Goga could continue this all the way through, then it's going to look great for him and it's going to be great for the Orlando Magic. So now let's go through the film of the game. So here's early on in the game, as we could see here, 8 minutes left in the first. It's not as early as in the last game when he shot the very first shot from 3. But you see, he did not even a pick, nothing. Just going to go out, have a nice leisurely stroll to the 3-point line, launch, and hit it. Now we got a little defense here. As I mentioned before, he had the 3 blocks, and a few of them were off jump shots. There you go. It's a nice, easy block there. Another no play, just 5 out. That one is probably the worst one he had all tournament long. And even last year, as I mentioned in his player profile that you can check on my channel, that when he shot his threes, I was cautiously optimistic that he would actually be able to increase his output from 3. Because when you looked at his 3-point shots, because he didn't shoot that many last year, you could see that a lot of them hit the rim. It wasn't like some of our other guys shooting 3-pointers were airballing them far left, far right, airballing them from the corner, hitting the backboard. It wasn't great last year, obviously, for us in the 3-point shooting. But Goga's, every time he shot it, it looked like it was on line. He just needed a little bit more loft. He has an okay stroke. He does a little stroke and comes back. He doesn't kind of follow through. He kind of shoots and lets go. It looks like he's put in that work and he's starting to go through. So that last one excluded. That one didn't look so great. But the rest of them are online, hitting the rim and mostly going in. Here's another one. Nice little, not even a slip screen. He's given plenty of space here, which it's funny because at this point, he missed that one. Gets that one on. Goes right back up. Like he is just confident. He's a volume shooter now, basically. Now, this is what we're hoping a little bit more from him down in the block. There he goes. Missed that one. Another one. Right before the half. Another 3-pointer shot. And he hits that one. That one was a swish. Look at this one. Another one. They're giving him all the time in the world, partially because the guy isn't able to come out on him, just athletically, but he's just wide open. And this is what we expect a little bit more of him as well. We're ready for the alley-oop. Super simple. Down in the block again. They really had no answer for Goga or pretty much anything that Georgia was throwing at them. So here's the other one. He's got a little guy on him that's not going to be able to bother him. He missed it. They're all little guys against him, unfortunately, for Cyprus. They were able to come right in. And that one was a nice foul. We got an offensive rebound. Back up. There were a lot of positives in this game for the Orlando Magic. Obviously, more for Georgia because they won the game and it kept them in contention for the knockout stage. But for the Orlando Magic to see Goga at his new level of comfort when it comes to shooting from three. If you watch this player profile, I mentioned when he was in Indiana, there was a couple of seasons where he made 23 pointers in a season. But at the level that he's shooting right now, he's already made 7 in 3 games. If he's able to shoot like this, then there's really no way you're going to be able to keep him off the court. Now we'll see how they decide on the rotations and where Goga will start the season. But again, if he comes off the bench, that's fine, especially if he's able to shoot like this. My concern in his player profile was that Goga, when he comes off the bench, he's not as involved necessarily as he was when he was in the starting lineup. Now, we have Tyus, who's going to be manning the second unit. If not, with Franz will be manning the second unit if it's anything like last season. But with Tyus, I'm doing his player profile this week. He's going to be someone that's going to be able to get Goga nice, easy shots in the pick and roll. So in the end, I can see big things from Goga, even if it's not from 3 point land as much. If it's just him playing the same style he had last season, where he had a lot of high percentage shots, he had a lot of dunks, a lot of alley oops. Tyus is going to open things up for him in that second unit. So I still think he should start. But if he comes off the bench, I think he's going to be way more productive this season. And he's shown that he's putting in all the work on his offense that will now complement his excellent defense. So nothing but positives from this game. Georgia's last game of group stage is going to be against Bosnia Herzegovina. So this is going to determine if they make it to the knockout stage or not. And if they don't make it to the knockout stage, then this would be the last game that we'll see Goga before the preseason. So we'll see how that game goes. But after the last 2 games where he's been rather dominant, I think so far this summer has been a great success in the development of Goga Bitadze. So thank you very much for watching this video. Again, you got to do the normal YouTube things. You got to hit subscribe, hit that like button, or drop a line below and let me know what you thought of the video or what you thought of Goga's performance this past game, or what do you think Goga is going to do this upcoming season? Either way, just drop a comment down below. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you're having a great day.